This is a recording done from a hypnosis on October 22nd, 2014. If anyone doesn't know who John Bender is, I won't say was, but is, on YouTube look up 48 Hours Mystery Paradise Lost, and you will have most of the story. So we're going to hear the hypnosis now. This is in Spanish, so I'm going to be stopping to translate. During hypnosis, almost all communications like this are done in the language of the person hypnotized, which in this case is Spanish. Now we're going to start. Something that has worried or concerned Jesse is the story of John Bender. And his wife Anne, who's now in prison, they accused her of his death. It seems like he committed suicide. We want to see if John has some message for us or for Anne. Is it possible to communicate with him? Yes. Where he is. With John Bender, our neighbor. A neighbor that we never came to know, but we would have liked to. If we can count to 3 and we'll communicate with him. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Of course I hear groaning. I'm saying, John, John, everything is okay. What are you, I think I said, what are you worried about, John?
John, todo está bien.
John, everything is okay.
No, John, todo está bien.
No, John, everything is okay.
Vamos a sacarle de esa oscuridad, John.
I think he must have said he was in darkness. I said, we're going to take you out of that darkness, John.
John, vamos a sacarle de esa oscuridad.
John, we're going to get you out of that darkness.
Póngame cuidado.
Pay attention to me.
Póngame cuidado.
Pay attention to me.
Póngame cuidado.
Pay attention
Donde
to
usted
me.
está, hay una luz.
Where you are, there is a light.
Hay una luz.
There's a light.
Usted lo ve.
You can see it.
Hay una luz.
You can see it, and he says, no, there is no light. There is only darkness.
Vamos a ayudarle a salir de esa oscuridad.
We're going to help you get out of that darkness.
John, para salir de esa oscuridad hay dos cosas que hay que hacer.
John, to get out of that darkness, there's 2 things you have to do. Pay attention to me.
Póngame cuidado. Usted primero tiene que perdonar a sí mismo.
You first have to forgive yourself.
Lo que usted hizo, lo que usted pasó, no fue culpa suya, fueron las
What you did, what happened to you, was not your fault. It were the circumstances.
circunstancias. Fueron las circunstancias.
It was the
No fue
circumstances.
usted.
It was not you.
Nadie le está culpando a usted.
Nobody's guilt.
Usted puede salir de ahí.
Nobody's putting the guilt on you. You can get out of there.
Piense.
Think.
Piense en Anne.
Think of Anne.
Ella lo ama. Siempre lo ama.
She loves you.
Ella no le echa la culpa. Usted no tiene que echar la culpa a usted.
She always loved you. She's not putting the guilt on you. You don't have to put the guilt on you.
Su vida ha tenido sus problemas.
Your life has had its problems.
Pero mire, usted lo importante que es perdonar a sí mismo.
But the important thing is to forgive yourself.
Tenga paz, tenga paz.
Have peace. Have peace.
Deje de sufrir.
Stop suffering.
Hay dos cosas que hacer. Perdonar a sí mismo.
There are two things to do. Forgive yourself.
Es súper importante, John.
It's super
Eso
important,
es lo
John.
que el mundo quiere. Usted es parte de nosotros. Usted es parte de Dios.
You're part of us. You're part of God.
Usted deje de castigar a sí mismo.
Stop punishing yourself.
Entienda eso.
Understand that.
Deje de castigarse.
Stop punishing
Perdónese.
yourself. Forgive yourself.
Hay seres que lo aman y que lo están esperando.
There are beings that love you and that are waiting for you.
Este que le ha pasado fue una prueba, nada más.
This that happened to you was a test only.
Es como un juego.
It's like a
Ya
game,
pasó esta parte del juego.
but it's over.
Y sigue otro.
That part of the game is finished, and another one will follow.
Y en el otro usted tal vez va a ganar.
And the next one, maybe you're going to win.
Tiene otra oportunidad.
Another opportunity.
¿Hay alguien que a usted le ha causado mucho problema, que a usted le gustaría poder perdonar a esa persona o esas personas?
Is there anybody who's caused you lots of pain that you'd like to be able to forgive that person or those people?
¿Alguien que le ha causado dolor, que usted preferiría dejar eso atrás?
Someone who's caused you pain, you would prefer to leave that behind?
¿O miedos que usted tenía que ya quiere deshacerse de esos miedos?
Or fears that you had that you'd like to get rid of those fears?
¿Qué miedos hay?
He said miedos, which is fears. So I said, what fears are there?
¿Qué miedos hay, John?
What fears are there, John?
Les ayudamos a quitar esos miedos.
We'll help you get rid of those fears.
Esos miedos, imagine que los juntamos como una pelota. En un solo
Those fears, imagine that we gather them together like a lump, like a ball, in one place,
lugar, como aquí.
like here.
Los juntamos y los sacamos esos miedos.
We gather them up
Es una cosa. El
and take
miedo
them
es una
out.
cosa. Usted lo junta,
Fears are a thing. You gather them up and you throw them out
lo saca y lo bota.
and throw them
Y
away.
sigamos trayendo más miedos. Sacamos
And let's keep on bringing more fears. We take them out,
esos miedos.
take out those fears.
Lo voy botando. Estoy botando esos miedos.
I'm throwing away those fears.
Todavía hay más miedos.
Are there more fears?
Que juntemos esos miedos, John.
Horribles, horrible.
Sí, pero no. Usted puede botarlos.
Yes, but you can throw them out.
Sí,
They ate me up. Yes,
comieron.
they ate you up. They ate me up, he says the second time.
Pero ya pasó eso. Ya
But that's already passed.
pasó.
It's
Esa
gone.
parte ya pasó.
That part is already over.
Y vamos a sacar esos miedos para que no te molesten más.
And we're going to take those fears out so that they don't bother you anymore.
Póngalos aquí.
Put them here.
Los voy a ir sacando.
I'm going to take them out.
¿Dónde están? ¿Dónde están los miedos?
He's
Vamos a
saying here and here.
hacer una cosa. Vamos a hablar con esos miedos, a ver si podemos
We're going to talk to those fears to see if we can
entenderlos.
understand them.
Puedo comunicar con ese miedo que está ahí.
Can I communicate with that fear that is there?
¿Dónde viene?
Where is it from?
¿De dónde viene ese miedo?
Where does that fear come from? Is it fear of money?
Miedo del éxito.
Fear of success? Todo lo tuve. I had it all.
Todo lo tuviste.
You had it all.
Bueno, según este mundo lo tenía todo.
Well, according to this world, you had it all. Y solo tenía un vacío, and I only had an emptiness.
¿Y solo qué?
Solo tenía
And I said, and only what? And he says,
un vacío.
Sí, un vacío.
I only had an emptiness. Solo tuve un vacío.
Profundo, hermoso.
Profundo, profundo, deep, profound emptiness.
Hondo. Agobiante.
Agobiante, like what that wears you out. Unbearable.
¿Usted nos podría decir algo, John, para que sabemos que es usted? ¿Algún
I said, can you tell us something, John, so that we know that it is you? Something that,
secreto que solo usted sabe?
some secret that only you know?
Porque va a haber gente que no creen que es usted.
Because there's going to be people who don't believe that it's you. He says, no me importa. It doesn't matter to me.
John, a nosotros sí nos importa.
He said, John, it matters to us.
Aunque usted no nos ni nos conocieron.
Even though you didn't know
Usted
us,
estaba en su mundo, pero no estaba contento en su mundo.
you were in your world.
Usted tenía vecinos. Y nosotros somos sus vecinos aquí.
You had your neighbors. We are your neighbors here.
De las tumbas de Pérez Celedón, de San
In las tumbas de Pérez Celedón,
Salvador,
San Salvador,
La Florida,
La Florida,
usted vivía.
where you live.
Tiene vecinos que están interesados ahora
Neighbors who are interested
en
now
ayudar a Anne.
in helping Anne.
Queremos ayudarle. ¿Cómo podemos ayudar a Anne?
We want to help her. How can we help Anne?
Ahora está en la cárcel.
Now she's in
Dicen
jail.
que ella mató a usted.
They say that
Si
she
es
killed you.
cierto eso,
Is that true?
queremos saber la verdad.
We want to know the truth.
Yo la maté a ella.
Yo la maté a ella. I killed her.
No,
Eso es lo que más me duele.
I said no. He says, eso es lo que más me duele. That is what hurts me the most.
ella sigue viva, ella sigue luchando, John.
I said, no, she continues alive. She keeps on fighting, John.
Usted no la mató.
You didn't kill her.
Ella es fuerte.
She's strong.
Ella sigue luchando.
She keeps on fighting.
Entonces, no eche la culpa a usted. Usted no la
So don't blame yourself. You didn't kill her.
mató. Usted le puso una prueba. Pero
You put her under a test.
ella cuando vino a este mundo había aceptado esa prueba.
When she came to this world, she had accepted that test.
Cuando nacimos en este mundo es para pruebas.
When we are born in this world, it is for testing,
Son lecciones.
for
Ella había
lessons.
aceptado esa lección. Usted había aceptado enseñarle esa lección que ella
She had accepted that lesson. You had accepted teaching her that lesson.
está aprendiendo. Y es una lección durísima para
It's-
ella. Pero
It's a terribly hard lesson for her.
usted no la mató.
You didn't kill her.
Usted no la mató.
You
Ella
didn't
no está
kill her.
muerta. Ella sigue luchando, ella está mejorando.
She keeps on fighting. She's getting better.
Yo le estoy haciendo las chakras. Le estoy
I'm doing her chakras, and I'm
luchando
She's fighting,
y queremos ayudarle,
and we want to help her.
pero usted no se echa la culpa.
But don't blame
Ella
yourself.
aceptó estar con usted. Usted no la mató, John.
You didn't kill her, John.
Usted tuvo sus problemas, vivió su vida,
You had your problems, you lived your life,
ya salió de esa vida.
you already left that life.
Es hora de seguir adelante, de perdonar
Now you have to go forward, forgiving.
a sí mismo, perdonar a los que te han hecho cosas
Forgive yourself, forgive those who have done things.
a veces malas, pero es hora de seguir.
It's time to go forward.
Yo estoy
hasta que sea mi tiempo.
sí.
No.
¿Y cuándo serás?
I'm going to repeat that part because I didn't hear it very well.
No se echa la culpa. Ella aceptó estar con usted. Usted no la mató, John. Usted tuvo sus problemas, vivió su vida, ya salió de esa vida. Es hora de seguir adelante, de perdonar a sí mismo, perdonar a los que te han hecho cosas a veces malas, pero es hora de seguir. Yo estoy
Hasta que sea mi tiempo.
Okay, he says, hasta que sea mi tiempo, until it is my time.
sí. ¿Y cuándo será su tiempo? ¿Usted sabe?
And when will your time be? Do you know?
Bueno, le puedo decir, John, que no se preocupe, no se culpe a sí mismo.
Well, I can tell you, John, don't worry, don't blame yourself.
Perdónese.
Forgive
Eso es
yourself.
importante. No tenga ese miedo, no tenga ese rencor, ese...
Don't have that fear, don't have that rancor. I can't remember how to translate that. I understand it better in Spanish than English.
odio a sí mismo.
Don't have that hate for yourself.
Queremos poner en usted un optimismo que adelante cuando sea su tiempo.
We want to put in you an optimism that ahead or in the future, when it is your time,
Usted va a ir otra vez a seguir con estos ciclos, con estos
you're going to go another time to go forward with these cycles,
aprendizajes.
with these lessons,
Pero perdónese,
but forgive
no
yourself.
se preocupe.
Don't worry.
Ya pasó, John.
That already happened.
Usted puede perdonarse a sí mismo.
Can you forgive yourself? Aún no, not yet.
¿Cuánto te falta para perdonarse?
So I say, how much time is left before you can forgive yourself?
¿Alguien está ahí con usted? ¿O tiene
Is there anyone there with you?
comunicación con alguien?
Or do you have communication with anyone?
Usted se acompaña a sí mismo, nada más.
You accompany yourself only. And he says, yes.
Pienso, desde que yo he comunicado con usted,
So I tell him, well, think about it. Because I have communicated with you,
desde que yo he comunicado con usted, es una muestra que usted va a salir de ahí.
Since I've communicated with you, it's a sample or a sign that you're going to come out of there, that you're going to get out of there.
Que no es para siempre y que hay comunicación.
That it's not forever and that there is communication.
Es todo parte de un proceso. El proceso
It's all part of a process.
continúa.
The process continues.
Que no pierda la esperanza. Que
Don't
no
lose hope.
sea tan negativo.
Don't be so negative.
Siga adelante. Esté listo.
Go on forward. Be ready.
Aprenda sus lecciones, sí.
Learn your lessons, yes,
Pero perdónese.
but forgive yourself.
Lo peor ya pasó.
The worst is over.
Perdónese.
Forgive yourself.
Perdona a los que te han hecho daños también.
Forgive those who have done harm to you also.
El perdón arregla un montón de problemas.
Forgiveness fixes a big bunch of problems.
¿De acuerdo, John?
Do you agree, John?
Puede perdonarse a sí mismo.
Can you forgive yourself?
Hágalo por usted, hágalo por él.
Do it for yourself, do it for Anne.
Por todas sus familias. Perdónese.
Forgive yourself.
Perdón es súper importante y lo puede hacer.
Forgiveness is super important and you can do it.
Lo puede hacer.
Can you do it?
Dígame si puede hacerlo. Por lo menos un poquito. Sí.
Tell me if you can do it, even just a little bit. And he says, yes.
Bien. Bueno, tal vez usted tiene que estar ahí un tiempo.
So I said, well, maybe you have to be there a time.
Lo entendemos.
Hasta que sea mi tiempo.
Sí.
And he says, until it is my time.
Pero no sufre. Perdónese.
Say, but don't suffer. Forgive yourself.
Aprendió. Es para aprender más.
You learned and you learn to learn more.
Gracias por venir.
And he says, gracias por venir. Thank you for coming.
Con mucho gusto.
And I say, with pleasure.
¿Usted tiene algún mensaje para él?
Do you have any message for Anne?
Yo le puedo mandar un mensaje.
I can send her messages.
Yo me comunico con ella.
Yo me comunico con ella. I communicate with her.
¿Usted se comunica con ella? Ella lo
You communicate with her? And he says, yes.
sabe.
Does she know?
Si usted se comunica con ella o va a comunicarse con ella.
No,
If you communicate with her or are going to communicate with her.
yo me comunico con ella.
He says, no, I communicate with her.
Ella es fuerte.
She is strong.
Ella se quiere seguir.
She wants to continue.
Ayúdale.
Help her.
Ayúdale.
Help her.
Ella tiene muchos problemas. También tiene muchas lecciones que aprender.
She has lots of problems. She also has lots of lessons to learn.
¿Se siente mejor, John? Se está perdonando un poco.
So, do you feel better, John? And he says, yes.
Deje pasar eso. Suelte.
I said, let that go. Let it go.
Ya no lo ocupa. Todavía le queda esos problemas aquí. Le sacamos más.
Evidently said he has problems. So here I'm taking out more problems.
Sí, vamos sacando todo lo que es negativo.
Yes, we're going to be taking out everything that's negative.
Todo eso negativo que se vaya.
All that negative, let's get rid of it. and let's put there in that space where all the negative things were
los recuerdos bonitos que tenés,
the pretty memories that you have
de las cosas que sí pudo hacer,
of the things that you could do,
de los animales bonitos que tenías,
the pretty animals that you had.
de los tiempos bonitos.
You had pretty times,
Tú también tenías cosas bonitas.
and you also had pretty things.
Ponga ahí esos recuerdos,
Put those memories there
para que ese espacio esté lleno de paz,
so that space will be filled up with peace,
de amor,
with love,
tranquilidad, para que usted aguante el tiempo que le queda ahí
so that you can stand the time that is left for you there,
y que vaya en paz.
and that you can go in peace.
¿De acuerdo, John?
Do you agree, John? And he says,
¿Tiene algún mensaje para cualquier persona?
Do you have any message for any person?
No, ningún mensaje.
No, no message.
Agradecemos por el sí. ¿Cuál mensaje?
And then he says, yes. And I say, what message?
No deje que el miedo se los coma.
Don't let fear eat you up. No.
Y ese mensaje es para Anne también.
And that message is for Anne also?
Sí.
Yes.
Bueno,
And I say, bueno, which is well.
le agradecemos. ¿Usted quiere que estemos en contacto?
We appreciate it. Do you want us to be in contact
Es en el futuro.
in the future?
Podemos estar juntos. No sabe. Bueno, piénselo.
He doesn't know. So I tell him, think about it.
Recuerde. Perdónese.
Remember, forgive yourself.
Usted vino a aprender y aprendió.
You came to learn and you learned.
Entonces vamos a decirle adiós a John. Adiós. Gracias por comunicarse con nosotros.